Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk a little bit about your group variables and what they mean and what types of things you can use in your group variables. So your group variables are very simply put, these are going to be variables that may characterize a campus-specific student identifier for your population file. These are going to be really important for your institutional initiatives. They may provide you with some supplemental identifiers for your campus to do different types of data analysis on populations that may be of interest to you. So the biggest thing to know about group variables is, first and foremost, you get up to 5 group variables. And I have me a sample population file here with some pre-named group variables to talk a little bit about formatting your variables. So when you are thinking about what group variables you're going to do, it's important to note that only one of the 5 group variables can be included in your report builder inside of the interface. And so the report builder is this online tool that you can use to create essentially a choose your own adventure of different characteristics of your administration and essentially generate a report from it. So group 1 variables are included in your NSSE report builder. So with your group 1 variable, you want to make sure that you follow some very specific formatting things. That may be, first and foremost, making sure that your column headers are appropriately named group 1, group 2, group 3, so on and so forth. And if you're using or you intend to use the group 1 variable in your report builder, you want to make sure that you have at minimum 2 categories, which I have showcased here. And you want to, at the most, have 10 categories. And again, this is if you're going to be wanting that group 1 variable to be a part of your online report builder. If you don't want your group 1 variable to be included in your online report builder, you'll reach out to your project services team and let them know that so that they can make a note of it for your administration. So with that, we'll go back to some formatting things about your categories. So with your categories, you want at minimum 2. So I've created at minimum 2 categories here by using a scholar group, for example, as my sample population. So here in Indiana, we have a program called 21st Century Scholars. So in this sample population file, I want to note which of the students here are 21st Century Scholars and which of them aren't. So I've created 2 variables or 2 category names, rather. With these, you want to make sure that you don't include more than 10 alphanumeric characters. So my category name is 21 cent for if they are a 21st century scholar, and then null 21 if they are not. So that's another piece that's really important. When you create your categories, you want to make sure that you also leave room for creating a category to indicate if they are a null participant, like if they don't participate in the thing that you're measuring, because you don't want to skip or not include data for certain students, right? So we want to make sure that everybody has a data point available. The other thing you want to think about is just really how you keep your records for these. Since we don't ask for any additional information, it's going to be really important that you choose category names and take really good record keeping for your administration so that you know what types of group variables you're using from year to year, especially if you tend to change it up a little bit, so that whomever comes after you, or even just for your own records, everyone is on one accord or knows what your category names mean and which populations they're measuring for. The group variables are going to be good for things like I mentioned, a scholars program with the 21st Century Scholars. You can also use them to annotate majors, for example, or in-state and out-of-state students, online or residential campus students. You can use these variables for a number of different things, and they can be really flexible to your institution. So to sum this up, the group variables are really valuable and flexible variables where you can really customize and put in that information that's really useful for your institutional assessment. And you will be able to do more advanced analysis on those populations once you get your reports or your data files back. And yeah, that's going to be everything that covers the group variables.